Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are well. Today we are going to discuss part 2 of chapter number 2, components of food, of your science book. Children, in our previous class we had discussed that why do we have different kinds of food and what do different food items contain. Yes, if you remember, we had discussed that we have variety of food items and we eat different kinds of food, and the main purpose is to get the different nutrients, the different kinds of components each food item is having. We know that each food item is having different nutrients in them. So we try to eat different food items to get all those nutrients. The main nutrients the food items have are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. In addition, the food contain dietary fibers and water, which are also needed by our body. We had also discussed that what do various nutrients do for our body. We discussed that carbohydrates provide energy to our body. Fat also give us energy. In fact, fats give much more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrates. Whereas proteins are called as bodybuilding foods because they help to build our body. Vitamins helps in protecting our body against various diseases. Okay. Also, we have different kinds of vitamins. Some of these are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. Vitamin C helps our body to fight against many diseases. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Each nutrient is essential for our body. These nutrients are helpful for our body as they maintain the good health. Okay. Besides these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers are also known as roughage. Roughage is mainly provided by plant products in our foods. Whole grains, pulses, potatoes, fresh fruits and vegetables are main sources of roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrient to our body but is an essential component of our food and adds to its bulk. This helps our body to get rid of undigested food. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It also helps in throwing out some wastes from body as urine and sweat. Today, we will be discussing about balanced diet and deficiency diseases in our class. Okay, so let us first discuss about balanced diet. The food we normally eat in a day is our diet. Okay, now what balanced diet is? A diet that has all the nutrient in right amount is called a balanced diet. It should also contain a good amount of roughage and water in it. So for the proper growth and for the maintenance of good health, we need to have a balanced diet. Here we must take care of that eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly. Okay, so that its nutrients are not lost. Okay, if the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, it may result in the loss of some vitamins. Okay, the skin of many vegetables and fruits contain vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. We all know that cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. Many useful proteins and considerable amounts of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking and is then thrown away. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heating during cooking. Okay? Children, as you all know that carbohydrates and fats both give us energy. Yes, and fats give much more energy comparatively to the carbohydrates. So if you think that we should eat fat foods more than carbohydrate foods, then you may have you will reach the condition of obesity. What this obesity is, if we will eat too much of fat rich foods, and then we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. Obesity means gaining weight. We'll gain too much weight. So we should not eat fat products too much. Dear children, let us now discuss what deficiency disease is. If we don't get a particular nutrient over a long period of time, we may suffer from deficiency. And the diseases that occur due to lack of nutrient over a long period, then they are called as deficiency diseases. Okay, if a person may be getting enough food to eat, but what happens, sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrient. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency, and deficiency of one or more nutrient can cause diseases or disorders in our body. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrient over a long period are called as deficiency diseases. Okay, if a person does not get enough proteins for a long time, then he or she is likely to have swelling of face, discoloration of hair, skin diseases and diarrhea. Similarly, if our diet is not having carbohydrate and it remains to happen for a long period of time, our growth may stop completely, and that person will become so lean and thin and so weak that he or she may not even be able to move. Okay, deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also result in certain diseases and disorders. So okay, and all the deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking a balanced diet. Here in table 2.3, some diseases or disorders caused by deficiency of vitamins and minerals are given. Let us talk about it. If we have deficiency of vitamin A, we may have loss of vision. Okay, its symptoms are poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, sometimes complete loss of vision happens. Okay, if vitamin B1, we don't have vitamin B1, we have deficiency of vitamin B1, we may have a disease called beriberi. Okay, its symptoms are weak muscles and very little energy to work. If a person is having deficiency of vitamin C, the person may have a disease called scurvy. Scurvy, its symptoms are bleeding gums, wounds take longer time to heal. Yes. Now, if a person is having deficiency of vitamin D, that person may have disease called rickets. Okay, and now what are the symptoms of ricket? Bones become soft and bent. Similarly, if a person is having deficiency of calcium, then it's a disease. What the disease is caused is bone and tooth decay. Also, the symptoms are weak bones and tooth decay. If a person is having deficiency of iodine in his or her food, then the disease it may happen is goiter. Okay, and the symptoms are glands in the neck appear swollen, mental disability in children. If a person is not having iron, is having deficiency of iron in his or her food, the disease he or she may have is anemia. Okay, and the symptoms of anemia is weakness. Okay, so we must ensure that our meal have a balance, okay, of the different nutrients that is needed by our body. That's all for today's class. Thank you so much, everyone.